Hello, my name is Stephen Fury, and I'm here to talk to you about my idea, which is called Notify You, an integrated notification solution. With the development of the digital age, our society has evolved to the point whereby we are now operating across multiple networks, managing email accounts that receive numerous emails a day, and ultimately attempting to task manage our lives using some form of a diary or calendar. Notify You takes this to the next level and integrates all three technologies into an integration notification solution, thereby pulling our email from our email accounts, ensuring our calendar is up to date and in front of us, and even links into our social media accounts to ensure that we don't miss the latest post from our nearest and dearest. Notify You is effective because of its simplified aims and goals. The four aims being to successfully interact with social networks, to successfully interact with the user's calendar, to successfully interact with the user's email, and to display the information in a single feed based on time received, allowing the user to have a more productive workflow. By achieving the above aims, we are in turn able to complete our goals, which are essentially to increase productivity, to improve time management skills, and ultimately simplify your social network interactions. The reasons for doing this are relatively straightforward. Firstly, to improve productivity, Notify You harnesses the power of push notifications, meaning that instead of seeking information, we become information gatherers. It makes your social media networks work for you. Secondly, it harnesses the power of your calendar through calendar integration. This ensures that the next time you get invited to a party or work event, the event is added straight away, and you are reminded in time to make your plans around it. And finally, it is email management at its finest. The Notify You solution will shift through your emails, returning the important emails to you so that you are always answering the right email on time, every time. And in addition, it will tell you how many non-important emails you've built up in your inbox, and thanks to calendar integration, it will suggest a perfect time to sit down and work your way through them. We currently have three competitors. Firstly, TweetDeck. Whilst initially a startup, it is now a fully fledged Twitter company, featuring a push tweet service and is dedicated to Twitter users only. It features numerous abilities allowing for a complete tailor-made Twitter experience. However, it is important to note that it is very complicated to set up, and as such, the novice user might encounter some difficulty. Secondly, Hootsuite. This is a push social media service complete with reporting capabilities. Accounts are in three tiers: free, paid, and enterprise. The free level only allows 7 accounts and features no reporting, whilst paid level allows for unlimited accounts and the barest of reporting. And in contrast, enterprise level has sophisticated analytic and reporting capabilities, unlimited social media accounts, and therefore allows a user to analyze their last post completely. Finally, Inbox by Gmail is a single screen notification center. It is the most similar to Notify You, however, it is currently only for Gmail free users, and they have no intention of launching this service for non-Google account holders. The system displays information on a single screen that is easy to navigate. However, it groups emails together, meaning that you might lose some information in the initial period. Truth be told, during my test of this product, my flight confirmations were actually grouped together under shopping, meaning that I didn't know where they were. Whilst Inbox does feature calendar integration, it does not feature any form of social integration, apart from integration into Google+, Google's own social media network. Notify You can be executed in a relatively simple step. However, it's important to note how we differ from our competitors. We combine the very best of our competition, the social integration elements from Hootsuite, the task management capabilities of Calendar, and the email management tools from Inbox, meaning that we are capable of offering the user a seamless notification experience. We will feature two versions, a web version and a mobile app based across 3 platforms: iOS, Android, and Windows Phone, which is something that our competitors are currently not offering. Execution of Notify You is relatively simple. Phase 1 involves a combination of 3 surveys pertaining to usages on social media, email, and calendar use, along with multiple brainstorming sessions around the idea. This would allow us to integrate any ideas that we haven't thought of. You may notice that I have Phase A listed directly underneath Phase 1. The reason for this is because the marketing phase of this program will run directly after completion of Phase 1, right through to the Phase 4 launch and beyond. This is based around a 3-point approach. Firstly, there will be a social media marketing campaign, ensuring that our brand is put into the consumer eye and ensuring that our core message is delivered. Secondly, an email marketing campaign will allow users to follow us on our construction journey and beyond, and they simply subscribe to our newsletter to do this. Thirdly, the launch of our paid plans, Personal and Enterprise. Personal is priced at €40 per person, with Enterprise offering an enterprise level reduction and bringing it down to €25 per person. This will allow us to bring in the much needed revenue in advance of the launch of the platform. Phase 2 is brand design and will ensure that our brand is on target using complementary colour schemes and messages. Phase 3 is an integrated web and app design stage and will ensure that at every step of the way, sufficient testing is completed to minimise user disruption from launch day. Finally, Phase 4 is our launching phase, and this will be completed in a 3-stage approach. Stage 1 of Phase 4 will feature a soft launch in late March, followed by a free week, which is Stage 2. Stage 2 will allow us to remove any bugs that are discovered during the Phase 1 of our launch. And finally, we will have our Phase 3 launch party for 50 guests in a very exclusive venue to be determined, which is worked into the costing of our budget. The projected figures for this app indicate that there is sufficient demand for such a service, and as such, the potential profit figures indicate a positive result. Ultimately, the projected figures for this app indicate that there is a very strong demand for such a service. And before letting you go, I'm going to take you through the budgetary figures, just so that you can get an idea as to the types of results that you could potentially expect from this service over the course of the year. So what you're looking at here is the outline of expenditure for the app. As you can see from the initial costings, we have our research costed in, bringing a total research cost to $1,550. We have our brand development costed in, bringing our total brand development cost to $2,500. And you can see that's broken down into 3. You've got the brand design, the website design factored in at €1,000, and the app design factored in at €1,000. We've got the app and website development, so we put in €79 for the Apple development license and €1,000 in terms of software development. And we're saying that we're going to need 2 of those, so it's 2,000 in total, which means that you're looking at a total development cost of roughly just over about 5,000. I then costed in a launch event. So as you can see there, it's a dinner, inclusive of food. We've got some valet services running. It's a classic jazz band and a DJ. And then obviously the additional costs, such as invitation, time and expense from the company, and so on and so forth. And then we've got our giveaways, so our free premium account and 50% off premium, meaning that we've got a total cost of the event at 7,000, working out roughly at €141.56 per person. And then finally we've got our advertising. So I'm saying roughly on Facebook we're looking at spending about 750, possibly more. That's based on 5,000 interactions. On Twitter, we're looking at spending 600 based on 15,000 interactions. And then on email marketing, we're looking at spending 450. And that's purely just for the design of the emails themselves, bringing our total advertising cost to roughly just about 1,800. However, the event also falls into advertising. So you're looking at a total spend on advertising of approximately 8,800. That gives a grand total of around 15,000 in terms of expenditure. However, when you look at the actual figures for signups, this is where it really does show how profitable the app could become. So I've got our B2B signups here, and I'm saying we're looking at about 600 at €25 a head. That'd bring in about €15,000. Now, given the fact that most B2Bs only have, in Ireland anyway, between 25 and 30 people, you're looking at bulk sign up each time. So that's the reason for the reduced price. And then you got your premium user account, and I'm saying roughly about 300. That's just under one a day for a year at €40 a head, and that's approximately 12,000. So you're bringing in a total revenue of around 27,000. When this is subtracted from the expenditure, it brings in about 11,993. Now, the important thing to note here is that if you were to continue expanding at the same levels of expansion the following year, you wouldn't have the high level of expenditure, which means you'd have more income than you would expenditures. You could invest even more in advertising, even more in email marketing, even more in Twitter, and really start pushing the message out. And in turn, this would increase the number of signups and ultimately increase our bottom line. Effectively, what I'm saying is that this is going to be a very profitable business possibility for us as a company. And judging from the figures there, it's certainly a worthwhile investigation for us, and I definitely think that it should be something we should consider pursuing. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact me on stephen.fury@student.gcd.ie. Thank you very much for listening.